Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Gideon. Thank you so much for joining me in this video today. So for this video today, as it's Valentine's Day, I was inspired to talk about 3 fragrance picks which I think work perfectly for a date type of scenario. So quite romantic if you're going on a date or anything like that. I think these are 3 good options. I didn't want to have too many fragrance options. I thought I'd just go for 3 because they're 3 good picks. Okay, so the first fragrance that I wanted to talk about comes from the house of Acqua di Parma, which I am a massive fan of, and it is called Leather. So Leather is, first of all, Acqua di Parma. I have a massive love for Acqua di Parma. I do want to acquire more of their fragrances, but this is obviously about leather. So you have leather, you have rose, you have some petitgrain, which adds a nice little touch of citrus, which of course is what Acqua di Parma do so well, and you have some woods in this. This is such a beautiful fragrance. From the first time I smelt this, I was just really impressed. It's very smooth, it's incredibly elegant. Like, if I was to describe this in 3 words, it would be elegant, refined, sophisticated. But it's also slightly sexy too. There's like a sexiness to this fragrance, but in the right way, just done in the right way. I imagine this being like the scenario I would say where I would wear something like this is so going for a more formal date. Maybe I'm taking my date to the theatre and we're then going to plan to go for dinner, etc. And I kind of want to impress my date. I think like this is the perfect gentleman's fragrance. I just think this is so elegant. It's just a perfect formal scent, I personally feel, for a date setting, but more so quite a sophisticated type of date. It's rich, it's smooth, it's deep, it's perfect. It's Acqua di Parma Leather. So the next fragrance which I wanted to talk about is one which I think is so beautiful but very easy wearing, and it is from the house of Dior, and it was Dior Homme Intense. Now, I think this is such a classic, elegant fragrance again. Very smooth. I love the powderiness of this fragrance. I love the iris notes. It's got a bit of lavender at the top. It's musky, it's a little bit woody. It has so much going on, which just gives it so much character, but it's just, for me, it's very easy wearing. And I think, say for example, you're going to meet your date, maybe you're going to meet for a drink, or maybe it's kind of in the early stages, maybe you're going for dinner or something like that. This is a really nice option. It's also very cozy as well. There's a coziness about this fragrance which I really like. A coziness, but it's also quite soft. There's a softness, there's a slight sweetness to it as well, which makes it really nice. And this is just a really good option. So my second option is from Dior, and it is of course the marvelous Dior Homme Intense. So for the third and final fragrance, I wanted to go for something a bit more sexy, but still quite smooth and easy to wear. And for that reason, I thought I would go for House of Arabian Eid, and this is Calamat Black. So this oud fragrance is all about vanilla, oud, and amber. It's so good. It's smoky, it's vanilla-y, there's a nice punch of oud in this, but it's a very smooth, refined oud. It's not the kind of oud that you would be afraid to wear on a date. It is very sexy, it's deep, it's smoky, and it is quite intense, but it's still very smooth. And it's not the kind of fragrance which, if your date, for example, isn't into strong fragrances, would make them run a mile, because let's face it, not everyone is into strong, beastly fragrances, and when it comes to ouds can really knock you out. But this is just very enchanting, mysterious, and very sexy. Your date will not be able to keep themselves off you when you wear this one. I mean, it is really beautiful. It's very long lasting, and it will leave a nice projection and sillage when you're walking around, especially if you put a bit on your clothes. It's going to project beautifully, and yeah, just very, very smooth, very, very elegant, and very, very sexy. So those are my 3 picks. Really just easy wearing fragrances, which I think work really well for a dating type of scenario. Um, what did you guys think of my selection? What are some of yours? And yeah, thank you so much for joining me in this video. Um, please subscribe if you haven't already, because I really appreciate that. And I will see you in my next video. And again, happy Valentine's Day, whether you are in a relationship or whether you're not. I hope that you cherish this day and remember how blessed you are. Lots of love.